So there are a few more points which we need to discuss inside a view. Okay, so let me just show you. Okay, as I said, inside a view, we can also perform any aggregate functions. Also, we can use any ranking functions or date functions, anything. Okay, so let's perform any aggregate function, and we'll see whether we can able to perform the DML operations or not. Okay, so what I will do is I'll just take department wise highest salary. So what is the query for that?
Group by department name.
Department name.
Maximum salary.
Maximum salary. Max option.
So I'll just say highest salary.
Okay. From the table.
Employee underscore department. Then
Group by department name.
Group by department. So this is the data, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to create a view for it, and this is also simple view because one table, right? And I'll just say like
Highest.
Department wise highest salaries. Okay. Sweet simple view. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you see, when you write a select star from you, now in your table, we have what? We have detailed data, correct?
Yeah.
What is my detailed data? There is no aggregated information in my table, correct?
Yeah.
And what about in the view?
It contains only that group by related data.
Yeah, aggregated data, right?
Yeah.
View is returning aggregated data. Now you tell me, is it possible to perform DML operations?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right?
The highest salary column is not present in main table.
Yes. So the highest column, this and this highest column won't present in the main table, and also like this table basically this view is basically giving us the aggregated information, which is not there in my main table, correct? There we have a detailed information, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
You see, if I go and update something in my table, sorry, in my view. See, in the view table level, you can do anything because it's a plain table, right? So it's a normal table. You can do anything, no issues. But when you perform aggregated functions inside a view, such cases, okay, such cases whether we can perform these operations or not, we'll see. Highest salary equals to some 2,000 or 20,000, where department name equals to, let's say, IT. Okay, can you see? It is saying that update or insert of the view or function failed because it contains a derived or constant field. Okay, so this is a derived field right now. Derived field means we are deriving using this aggregate function now. Basically, alias column also called as derived column. Okay. So it is saying that whenever we have a derived column or derived field, or it is also called as constant field, we cannot do these aggregate functions. Okay. So insert, update, even delete also. Okay. Getting it?
Yes.
Yeah. And also not only aggregate functions. For an example, when you're multiply, let's say I just need to provide hike for each employee. Now what we will do, so employee into employee salary
To 30%.
0.30%, let's say,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then comma star.
Yes.
And see, make sure whenever you're deriving something inside the view, definitely you need to provide the alias column. Here it is mandatory, guys. Okay. So if you're not providing, no, let me show you what will happen. See,
And this because it is not contained.
that okay, group by it is not there. Group by is not required now in this case.
And this is not.
So when you go and create it, see it is saying that create view or function failed because no column name was specified call for the column 1. So here it will be no column name, correct?
Yeah.
It is expecting a column name. Now I'll just say new salary. Now, do I have this column in my main table?
No.
No, right? So now, if is it possible to perform insert, update, delete?
No, sir.
All right. If I go and insert something into this, so my main table doesn't contain. Sorry, my main table doesn't have this column, right? So how can you perform an insert, update, delete on top of it?
Oh,
It's not possible. Okay. So
so we can do
sorry.
delete option.
See, if you delete some, let's say, when you're delete using a new salary, delete from view where
Okay.
new salary equals to something. So my main table do not have that column, right?
Yes.
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 So that's why the point over here is the next point. When we apply aggregate functions and calculated fields. See, when you say calculated fields, right? It's nothing but it is applying this
Derived.
multiplication or multiplication plus minus division. Okay, something like that. Okay, that is called as calculated fields. We are basically calculating the highest salary here. Sorry, the new salary. Correct. That is what. Or if you multiply with 10, 20 something, that is also a calculated field. Okay. Yeah. When we apply aggregate functions and the calculated fields, okay. So we cannot inside a view we cannot perform EML operations of that view. Is a very important point. Okay. So in the interview, whenever they'll ask like, okay, so is the view is updatable or not? Okay, or can we perform DML operations on top of a view or not? Okay, the answer what you need to say is, so usually, we can perform, and in few exceptional case we cannot. Okay, so what are the cases means? You need to explain that in a simple view. If you have
When
a
join is
plain,
performed between two tables.
no, in any simple view, we'll
Oh,
talk
in a
about
simple.
first simple. So in a simple view, if it is a plain select query without, any derived columns or, any aggregate functions or any calculated fields, so then we can perform DML operations on top of a view, and that will directly go and affect the main tables. Okay. And if at all we have these aggregate functions or derived columns or constant fields or calculated fields, so then a view is not updatable or insertable or deletable. Okay. And what about joins? Have we tried?
Update is working, sir.
Update is working.
Update is
insert
working, and then
delete not working.
That and delete it will not.
yes. Okay. So update is working and insert and delete won't work. Okay. And this point you need to mention when you perform joins inside a view, only update will work, but the insert and delete won't work. Okay. So usually, as only one, DML operation is working when you perform joins, right? Usually we'll say like, okay, even though one is working, so we'll say like DML operations won't work on top of a, on top of a joins also, because DML means all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take, so under this point only, like under this only, even when you perform joins also, we cannot perform DML operations, all the DML operations, only in case of plain select query. That too, in simple view, we can perform the DML operations, and whatever we perform, the changes will directly reflect in affect in the main table only. Clear? This is very, very, very important. Any questions? Any questions?
Sir, like all the date functions and tracking functions will also not work in this simple view.
No, everything will work. Okay, everything will work inside the simple view. But the only thing is, once you
Declare alias.
use that, once you use the date functions or aggregate functions, anything, so obviously we will be providing the new column name, that alias column name, correct?
Yeah.
So in such a cases, the view we cannot perform any updations or deletions or insertions on top of the view. Okay, so the point out here is your view will work like only viewing purpose, that's it. You cannot do any manipulations on top of it. In such cases, you can go for it. Okay, because sometimes your client may ask like, give me the order wise or product wise, all these details. Okay, and repeatedly, if you want to show that data weekly once or monthly once, instead of rewriting it, you simply go and create the view, and you can give view to them. Okay, so nobody can do anything on top of a view. Even we itself, we can't do any DML operations in such cases. Okay, and this is a valid view only. Only thing is DML will be restricted. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir, in complex view, we can't insert data, sir.
No.
Yesterday I tried, sir. If the view contains only, if we join also, if the view contains only one table columns, it is possible, sir.
Yes, see, that's what, as I already told you, in many cases, see, all the cases it has to work, correct?
Yes.
When you take multiple columns from each tables, or when you take few columns from only when we take columns from first table, only we take columns from second table. In all the cases, this DMS should work. Okay, it is not something like for one case it will be working, for another case not like that, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's the reason we should say, like, whenever you perform complex view, so definitely this DMLs won't work. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Date also it won't work, sir.
Sorry, what date?
Date.
Date won't work.
Update, sir.
Update also.
Yeah.
So maybe he might have tried with the
Same
first
table.
yeah, same table. So what I said is like you have to take multiple table columns in the update. Okay. In the set, you have to set for first column, but whereas in the where class, you have to take second table column. In such cases, I don't think so it will work.
It won't take, sir.
Yes. Okay. So let me write it over here. When we apply joins, okay, aggregate functions and calculated fields inside a view, then we cannot perform DML operations on top of that view. Understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Very important point this is. Okay. Yeah. Can you please write down? If you want, you can create these views. Okay. These are valid views. There is nothing wrong in it. Okay. But the only thing is this will be restricted. Yeah. First you write down this point and create these views and write down here this thing. So
Sir, what is the detailed data and aggregated data you have written? So table and view.
Yeah, so inside this, it will be giving the aggregated data, right? So department wise highest salary.
Okay.
Okay, whereas in your table, we do not
Physical.
have that.
That is physical table also.
Yes, this is the physical table. If you want, you can just make like main table or physical table. That's fine. Finished.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's done.
Everyone.
1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. Sir?
So yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Like you had given 2 days back one question like alphanumeric value to segregate to separate the alphabets and numeric. We could do it, sir.
Yes, we can.
Like the thing is, if it is a column, we were not able to do it, sir, on a physical table. So it was a variable.
Okay. I do understand. See, if it is a physical table, you have to do for each and every row separately.
Okay.
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 So every row you have to take. I mean, in a while loop again you have to do one more loop. So first you have to take each row, and on top of it you have to take do that logic.
Okay. For each row, sir.
Yes, for each row.
Like when we
yes.
when I searched it in Google, there was something like create function, sir. I thought that we have not been taught that.
Don't go for a function. See, I'll just give you an idea. Let's say,
Do you mean to say like subqueries for that?
no, not subquery. Let me show you. For an example, see, you should have definitely these row numbers in the
Yes, sir.
table. Okay. And let's say I have something like this. Okay. So now I think yesterday someone has asked that even for a table, how can we apply? I mean, where I mean this while loop, how to apply on top of a table, right? So let
Yes,
me.
sir.
Yeah, first you declare two variables. Okay. So one is min and max, because you need to know. You need to know what is the minimum and maximum value in the table. So let's say minimum integer, comma, at the rate of max integer. 1 second. Huh? Yeah. So I'm just declaring, minimum maximum. Now you have to take the value minimum and maximum in the table. See, it is not a hard coded value. You have to take dynamic, because we didn't know how many rows in the table. Just assume like that. So now what you can do is just set the value to your minimum. Set at the rate of minimum equals to. How do you get the minimum value in the table? The ID values.
Minimum of ID.
Yes. So select minimum of ID from the table name. Correct. And how do you get the maximum?
Same thing.
That's about
Max of ID.
Same. And you can just say max, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just say like max. So now see, whenever you're setting a value to your variable, here I'm writing a select query, right? Whenever you write a select query, this should give single row, because your variable will, expecting a
only
single
single
row, correct?
Yes, sir.
So make sure that, otherwise it will throw us an error. Yeah. So, and also whenever you write a select query, you just need to put open and close bracket. That is mandatory. Otherwise, what is the other way to write means remove select. Directly you can write max of ID from table name. Okay.
Okay.
Either way it will work. If you keep select, must and should you need to put open and close bracket, and make sure your select query is returning single value. If it is giving more than one value, it will throw an error like subquery is returning more than one value, like something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how
Now,
will you get to maximum ID without select?
no, without select, it will work actually. Okay. So because this is a complete query, right? This will act like a select query only. Okay.
Okay.
So now, whenever you execute this, right? Whenever you execute this, the value in the variable will be this way, minimum will be 1 and maximum will be 3, correct? So it means you have to loop 1, 2, 3, correct? Yeah. So in your first while loop condition, right? What you have to do is you have to take, the first while loop condition, while at the rate of minimum is less than or equals to at the rate of maximum. Okay, now till all the rows you have to do the looping, correct? Now, while it is looping, right? So first it will go to this, correct? I mean, we'll just check whether 1 is less than or equals to, it is true, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now what you can do, using the select and where class, okay, you can just take this name. and declare a one more variable called at the rate of name and varchar of 100, right? So now what you can do is you write a select query saying that select name from, okay, my table name where id equals to at the rate of minimum. Now what exactly it will give us? Tell me. When I select name from table name where id equals to minimum, see the value in the minimum will be 1. Correct?
Yeah.
The value in the minimum will be 1. And select name from table name where id equals to 1 means it will give us the first name. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And store that value in the variable. How to store? Simply set
name
at the rate of name equals to open brace and close brace. And this query will also give us only one value. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have the value in the variable, right?
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
What you can do, whatever logic you have written using a while loop, right? You can apply over here, while loop condition, one more while loop. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So now what will happen in this variable, whatever value we have, for that the second while loop conditions will work, and it will give us separately the name separately. Okay. And then again you have to increment at the end this minimum value.
At minimum plus 1.
Yes, at after your while loop.
Okay.
Rate
After the first while loop.
Yes, after the second
Second
inside while loop.
Oh, inside while loop.
So minimum plus 1. So now it will get increment. It will check the second value 2 less than 3. This is also true, right?
Yes, sir.
And it will come over here. It will select id equals to 2, which means this value. And again your loop will work to extract the characters separately. Understand?
Okay.
And if at all that characters are names, if you need to store it in a table, in a main table, you create a table. Okay, you create a table, and inside your while loop, right, once you extract your characters, insert that data into the table. Let's say dummy table. Okay, values. Now whatever you extracted the characters, right, let's say you store that value in the variable and you put it over here.
Okay.
Okay, so now whatever you extracted, that will send it into the table.
We need to give table name now, sir.
Yes, you need to create the table first.
No, like we can't give print now, sir. We have to give select.
See, when you print it, yes, obviously it will show in the messages, all the values it will show. Okay, but if you need to store it in a table, you go with this way.
Okay.
You got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, you try it. Okay, so if you want, you can write while loop to extract the characters. Understand?
If you write this and leave for all the ID 1, 2, 3, it will create separately the numerics and the.
No, you have to write this thing. See, this entire things will work to extract characters. Okay, and if to extract the numbers, right? So
Okay.
you have to write the same thing again.
Again.
Yeah, numerics, the same logic. But there you need to put that different logic while loop condition to extract numbers. The only thing is in the path index you need to change 0 to 9 and
0 to 1, A to Z, sir.
that's it. Okay. Yeah. So just upload it, or you can just forward to me once you are done with that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. And you also discuss this in the Zoom.
Either we can perform, sir, either using pat index or this one, sir.
Yes. Pat index you can use pat index and split stuff function.
Stuff fund, using stuff fund pat index we can do. No?
Yes. That you have to do it inside the while loop. That while loop condition should come over here. Okay. So there are 2 while loop conditions now, right? The above this while loop is working for what? To go row by row and select the name, correct? The second while loop is working to extract characters separately or numbers separately.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you want, you can write down this. Or you can take the screenshot
Yes, sir.
and
Screenshot.
Yeah, we have taken the screenshots.
and share it across the group. Okay, both boys and
Yeah.
and using
sure.
that you can build the query. Done, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, try it. You can try.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, in the similar way, it will be there in the real time also. If you want to apply while loop for a table, right? This is the best way to do it actually.
Yeah, shared.
Taking the minimum maximum and apply whatever logics you want. Okay, we'll come back to the views again. I think we have discussed most of the points inside the view. Okay, and else is pending. And you tell me, can we apply a set operators inside a view? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can use. Okay, there is no problem because those are also select, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which will give us some result set. Okay, you can apply set operators inside the view. There is no problem in it. Okay, see, basically in a select, whatever we can do it inside the view. No problem. Here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, have you written the complex view? No, right?
No, sir.
Here, what you need to observe is, see, here, except this fourth point. Can you see? When we perform DML operation on top of a view, the affected object will be main table. Simple view.
Yeah.
Except this point, right? All other points will be applicable for all other views, complex view, checkup
Complex view.
view, index view. Okay,
Okay.
understand? Except this fourth point, all other points will be as it is applicable for your all the other view, complex, check option, and index view. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want, we can write that point. Can we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can make it as a one more note instead of 12th point. Make a note and write instead of 4th. All other points will be applicable for remaining views like complex, index, and check option. Done.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Make a side heading complex view. complex view. Write down the definition. When we perform joins inside a view, when we perform joins inside a view, when we perform joins inside a view, then it is called as complex view. When we perform joins inside a view, it is called as complex view. Okay. See, on top of these views, right? Mostly, I mean, 99.9% you will get theoretical questions only. Okay. All the query related stuff will come in SQL. Okay. Yeah, complete theoretical questions will be there on top of views.
You mean interview point of view?
Yes, interview point of view. And in real time, which view will be used most probably means I can rate like 70 to 80% will be complex view, because we'll be getting some data from various tables in the real time, right? So 70 to 80% complex. Maybe remaining percent I can give for the remaining views. Okay, the simple and index and check option. Check option also very very few cases actually. Done. Yeah. Okay, now you just need to write the example which we discussed here, but what I can do is I can limit there's so many joins over here. I can just limit few. Okay, because it's very very big. Yeah, can you create this query view? See, in real time, sometimes this database they will just in from the Excel also they will get connect to database. That option is there. Okay, so in Excel can connect from the Excel, we can connect to our database. Okay. And maybe I'll just show you, maybe if any of the persons will get such kind of work, you may get some idea. You'll just hold on a second, I'll just tell you what exactly it will be. See, the Excel will be very very flexible, guys. Okay, for the any person, right? So you don't need to take training to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so at least basic things anybody can do, right? So here the clients will be most probably comfortable with that. So what kind of work we will get it means, whenever we are generating something, any reports and all. Okay, so here see, so many options are there for us, correct? Here so many options are there, and we can also Excel is a customized application, which means if we need to add some new features, we can add it actually. Okay, we can add it means there are some code which we need to return and all, right?
Yes.
Now in Excel we can set up like we can connect to database. Yeah, and we can bring the data as well. Now I'll tell you in what scenario these views will help us in the Excel point of view means, sometimes what will happen, we will be providing some options like this. Okay, let's say top 10 sales, yeah, and the loss, profit and loss. Okay, or benchmark, maybe they are setting a benchmark for some sales and they want to retrieve it, so we will be giving a buttons to them. Okay, here, understand?
Yeah.
So now whenever they're clicking here, the top 10 customers means, so inside this, right, inside this we will be we'll be creating a view for them for the top 10 customers, and that view we will give it to the .NET people. So the .NET people will be configured that view over here. So upon the clicking on this, right, what will happen, our backend query, that view will work, and that will give us the data, and .NET people will represent that data over here. Understand?
Yeah.
Clear,
Understood.
no?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. And when they click on the benchmark something, and according to that, we'll create a view and we'll apply the logic. And upon the clicking on this, what will happen? That view will get called, and the respective data will be represented over here. Okay. So that's where our views will work actually. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Means that is the one of the yeah, real-time scenario, I can say. Clear?
Yeah.
Maybe very rare cases this kind of applications will be there. Okay, because as I have worked on Excel, so I am just giving an example. If someone will ask, like, can you give me some real-time scenario where we have used the views, means one option is this. Tell them, like, we have a Excel where the client can see the reports and all. So there are some buttons which the .NET people has developed, and upon the clicking on the buttons, right, our view will be called, and the respective data will get represented in the report level. Okay, so after the class, while listening this, right, you can just take down that the complete sentence whatever I said, and make a note of it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That will help us in the interview point of view.
Okay.
Clear, guys?
Yes. We are
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. So see, I'll just to show an example. See, when I select the data, see here we have a remove the duplicate option. When I click on this, what will happen?
It will remove the duplicates.
Yeah, it will remove the duplicate. So which means there are some logics which it has been written in the backend, correct?
Correct.
In the same way, when I click on some button, our backend query will work actually. For that, there are a lot of setups will be doing. What you need to understand is, okay, so we can make queries to build something in the Excel also. I mean, to represent something in the Excel also. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is one of the use, and the another use will be we can build the reports in our Visual Studio. SSRS is there, right? So while building the reports, your review will help us actually. Okay. While discussing the reports, I'll tell you. That is another use. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Create this view, please. Finished. Finished.
No, still not it.
Not yet.
So sir, here only the columns with respect to design engineer will be stored under views, no sir?
Correct. So in the future, when we'll get insert a few more records which are related to this job title, right?
Okay.
And that will also will come into the picture when you select the view.
Like sir, one more doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have created a view today.
Mm-hmm.
Like for job title as design engineer.
Mm-hmm.
After 1 week, there is some more entries with respect to design engineer on top of the respective tables.
Mm-hmm.
We update over there.
Mm-hmm.
And when we just use the select option for, we need to alter this view, no sir?
No,
In
no,
order
not
to
required.
get
Not
that
Not
data.
required. It will reflect.
required. See, whenever you need any changes in the select query, right?
Okay.
Only in such a case, alter is required. Any select query related columns or joins, anything, right? Where clause, then alter is required. But data related stuff, whenever you do something in the tables, right? That's
Yes.
a auto reflect actually. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you select the main table.
In the backend, in the physical table, if we just update it, it will be reflected in our views.
Yes, obviously, because when you select your view, the data will come from underlying tables only, right?
Yes.
So as you already updated, obviously the changes will only reflect in the final result set.
In this
Okay.
case, we need to refresh it, right?
Refresh.
No, not required. Not required actually.
Not required.
Not required. Refresh will help us to get only the
structure level
Data types.
data type. That's it. Okay. Data level changes will auto reflect.
Okay.
And
Can
if
you
you
scroll
see,
down? Can you scroll down that?
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we
We need to use this go sir for joins.
No, not required actually. So when we used to take the script, no. Okay, so the SQL server will automatically give us that go statements or many other statements.
Yes, sir. In many other statements are coming.
So that's fine, no issues. That's the default behavior of SQL server, and every time it is not mandatory to keep that go.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
How to encrypt the view, sir?
How to
Encrypt the view.
There are some options, but I'm pretty much sure actually. Let me just see if I can do something.
What is encrypt?
So that nobody can see that. I mean that what you can say. They can see the view, but they cannot see the query inside.
Okay. Okay.
That's how it will be. Let me just see if I can.
Encrypted false, it is showing there.
Encrypted false, right? I think there is some query for that. Okay, so maybe you can just Google it. Once you execute that query, that will get encrypted. Okay, so the only you can see the view whenever you are trying to go for this script view as right. I think this option will get disabled actually.
Okay. When we
Okay.
encrypt.
Yes, when we encrypt. I can show you another example. See, this all the views. There are some system defined views here. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All the views are encrypted actually because these are system defined, right? So you should not make a modifications here, correct? These are fixed queries which it has been written, right?
Yeah.
So that's why there is no option for us to alter it.
Okay.
That is what encrypted means. Okay.
How can alter encrypt user?
How to?
How can alter encrypt user?
No, that's what we cannot do the alteration. So once you decrypt only, you can do it. So when exactly we'll go for the encryption, right? If the query is fixed, okay, in the future also, there won't be any changes. In such a case, we'll go for the encryption. Okay. In the real time, very rare cases it will be. Okay. Because every time we need to do the changes, right? Whenever some changes will come. Yeah. Clear, no?
How to add schemas in view level?
Same way. See, here you can just put before your view name, right? Instead of DBO, you can put the schema, whatever you need. That's it. Okay. See, if it is an object, right? Object means DBO will be the schema. If you need a different schema, you can keep it, but make sure the schema should get created before. Clear?
How to create that one?
How to?
In view level, how to create that one?
No, you have to create the schema separately. The create schema name syntax is there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You create it and use it over here. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Finish it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you see, this is a select query which will be giving the job title information like design engineer. Okay. So tomorrow, if I need for a different job title, what exactly we need to do?
Dynamic
View
query.
script as
Yeah, we need to alter the view. Correct?
Yeah.
We need to alter the view and change this title, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is, most probably when exactly we'll go for these views means if the changes will be very rare. Okay, not frequently. Okay. If the changes will be very rare, in such cases, you can go for this view because this is a static value, right? This is a fixed value, correct?
Right.
Now, if the values keep on changing, the client is saying that, I just want to provide some value and based upon that, you give me the result set, which means he'll provide us the job title and based upon that, we need to represent the data. Okay. It's kind of a dynamic, right? And we cannot change every time whenever they're passing something, correct? So it's kind of, huge activity for us. Every time we need to alter the view, right? So in such cases, no. So there is something called user defined functions for us that will help us. Okay. So this will passing by the client. Okay. And that will take it dynamically into the where class. That's where the user defined functions will come. And when we will discuss, no, you'll get to know what is the difference between the view and, user defined function. Okay. Again, I'll just take this same query over there and you'll get an idea. Don't worry.
Okay.
Clear?
Like Vinod here, for example, we have created one view here. So in general, we do save as and we'll take a new copy and there will work as a backup something, right? The same way, can we able to save as with the new name and can we able to work on this particular view?
Yes, you can. You can create a view and provide a new name and you can work on it, no issues.
Here we need to manually edit and we have to do it, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then we can write the check option view. At the end, we'll go for index. Okay, write down check option view. Check option view. Yeah. Right below that. Yeah. On top of a check option view, when we perform DML operations, it will always check the where condition. It will check the where condition and then it will perform the DMLs. It will check the where condition and then it will perform DMLs. Okay, somewhere we created this check option, no? Where is that? Okay, not here.
We deleted some yesterday.
Sorry?
You explained by using check option view, but you
in this one above, sir, above. Like for simple view example.
Already altered, sir.
Simple view example.
Here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With check option.
Okay. Can you write down this? Create a view. So you can just make like, you know, this is a check option view, right? So I'll just mention like COV. Check option.
Remove parenthesis.
Remove the parenthesis. That is not required for us. And COV underscore department, or I can just
compulsory no parenthesis, sir.
Yes, it's compulsory, no parenthesis. If you put the parenthesis, it will throw an error. Employees. This is specifically for check option. Okay. You can write multiple conditions also, no issues, and everything will you know, check before doing any operations. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next view will be index view, right? Index or materialized view. Okay. See, basically for this index view, the index concept should get complete so that there is some dependency. So if you know the index concept very well, so that that will be get used over here. Okay. And what I can do is I'll just give you an overview why index view is required. Okay, so once Ramesh will discuss about the indexes, right? You just remember me. So I'll just give the explanation for index view. Okay. See the purpose. So usually the views doesn't store any data, correct? Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell me, when you go and write a query on top of a view, it will go to the main tables and bring the data. Now, is it faster or slower? First,
Yes.
It's
you
slow.
write a query to bring the data from the view. Will it be a faster or slower?
Slow.
It will be slower only.
It's obviously slow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has to go to the tables and bring the
And
data.
then, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you tell me, what if the view will store the data? The view itself containing all that data, the select query data. In that case,
It will be quicker.
the view can be faster, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So in the index view, what we will do, we will make the view to store the data. Okay. Using the index view, we can make the view to store the data so that the view will be little bit faster actually.
Then it acts like a physical table, right?
Yes, it will act like a physical table. Yes, correct. And whatever your select query you have written, right? So it will gonna execute for the first time, and then later on the data will be maintained in the view level. So whenever you query the view, it will directly bring the data from the view itself. Okay. And whenever you do some changes in the tables level, and the next time, again the select query will give us the changes to the view again. I mean the view data will keep on increase. Okay. And there are some so many restrictions over there. Okay, when you go for an index view. Yes. And yeah, just to improve the performance of the view, we'll go for the index. That's it. Clear?
Yeah.
That's what. And one more thing, when you create an index view, right, there are some restrictions like we cannot change the structure of the table, main table. Okay.
Alter we cannot use.
Alter we cannot use. I mean, you cannot change the data types, you cannot rename the column names. Okay, so you cannot drop the columns because we will make in a such a way that the view will depends on the table. Actually, will make that dependency. So that's where your main table will be act like a parent, your view will be act like a child. The child is depends on parent, no? So that's why we cannot do any modifications on the tables actually. Data level fine, but structural level changes we should not do. Okay.
Yeah.
And this index view is very, very, very important in the real time case. Okay. I mean, interview point of view. Real time, yes, we will use it, but not frequently. But in a interview point of view, so it will be very, very, very important because there are a lot of things involving in it. Okay, the index concept will be involving. There is something called schema binding. There is something called dependencies. Okay, so n number of things will be involved in it. Okay, there are a lot of chances to ask more questions on it. Okay. So we'll discuss about it. You just remember me once the indexes concept will get completed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And we just need to discuss about the information schema views. I mean the system defined views, right? And these are a bit important for us guys. You need to know at least a few of the system defined views. And if you see, every database has that system defined views. See, when you click on it, there are the system defined views. When you go to some other database, there also we have the system defined views. See, views, system views. The same thing will get reflect here also. Okay. Every database has their own system defined views. Clear? Now for this, right, the query has been written by the Microsoft inbuilt, okay, which we cannot able to modify. Okay, what this view will give us is, this will give us some information for us. Okay. Yeah. Now let me show you. So there are almost like some 100 200 plus system defined views are there. Okay. Now there are three different views are there. One is information, catalog, and dynamic management views. Correct? Yeah. Now see, by seeing the schema itself, we can easily come to know. See, there is a schema called information underscore schema. These are all come under information views. And when you go to below, see, there is something called sys.dm underscore. DM means dynamic management view. And apart from this, the other things, okay, without the DM or system information schema views, right, the all other views will fall under catalog views. Okay. There are so many, guys, you no need to worry about it, because we'll not use everything in the real time. Okay, this will help us for the administrator. Okay, and even the guys who are developing this SQL server, right? So there is a Tiger team in the Microsoft who used to develop this SQL server application for us. Okay, so for them it will be help actually. So whenever they write some queries, whenever they're building a new functions for us, right? So like concatenation function or some new functions. So every whether it is working or not, they can able to get the information from this views actually. So for them it will be help us most probably. As a developers, we should know at least few views that will help us in the real time and interview also. Okay. Yeah. And what are those views? I'll show you. So let me just bring this. The first view will be information underscore schema dot tables. So now I'm executing in the AdventureWorks database. Okay. So when I go and run this, view, right? Can you see what exactly it is giving? It is giving table underscore catalog. The catalog means database name. Okay.
Okay.
Catalog means database name, and schema means before the DBO basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever we have, whether it is DBO or a system defined schema, that schema name and the respective table name. And in this database, how many tables are there? All the tables will be come over here. Okay.
Okay.
And also it will give us whether it is a base table. What is meant by base table?
Primary.
Main table.
The main table. Yesterday I told you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So base table, or whether it is a view. Okay. Even this will give us a view also a table, right? I said it is a virtual table, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's why when I request this information tables views, okay, so it is giving all the base tables information as well as the views. Okay. Now if someone will ask that, can you give me the count of base tables in this particular database, means what you can do? Tell me.
We'll
So
use where class for this
Select
select.
so
table.
instead of
Count star.
exactly.
Count
So
star.
instead of going to these tables and counting it, right, we can simply write a a aggregate function and a where class. That's it. And I already told you, on top of a view we can do anything like your table, right? Whatever we can do, the same thing can also apply on top of the view as well. Okay, all aggregated dates, everything. So we can simply say like count of star, and it will give us everything. So but we need only base
Actually,
tables, right?
here we not required to use count.
Yeah,
One
that's
use
right.
where the command means we'll get the bottom how many rows are impacted, right? So
That will also come. That will also come. Even we can use the count star also.
Yeah.
Yes, there are 163 base tables are there in that AdventureWorks database. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you clear?
Yeah.
Or else the other way. Let's say I want to know all the tables which are fall under person. What is that schema name? Okay. What you can do now? Table underscore schema. So okay, let me write select star from count. I don't want count. I need all the tables which are fall under this table underscore schema. So what you can do, the schema name. Can I write table underscore schema equals to person?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you can see now. So there are 16 tables are there under this, including our backup everything. And there are views as well under this, right? And if I don't want to views information, what you can do? And
Table type.
Table type is equal to base table.
yeah, it is not equals to maybe view, right?
View you can give. Yeah,
Or we can also give equals to base.
this is appropriate.
Okay. So with this, what we can do in the database level, we can get the information about your tables and all, correct?
Yeah.
Directly. You no need to, go through the tables and see each and every table. If I need it, you can write a query and get it, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And let's say if I need to know the tables which are contains the phone number or let's say address, what you can do? Tell me. The tables which are contains address. Table names I am talking about. What you can do?
Where table name like schema.
Exactly. We can use like, right?
Yes, sir.
So table name like. So we can just put address because we don't know the address option can be prefix or suffix or in between. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I type like percentage at the rate? Sorry, percentage address. Can you see? There are these tables which has that address. So that we can easily identify it, right? Okay, these are the address tables. Maybe if I need to get some addresses, right, we can query these tables.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
And there are some other information schema views, like let's go to columns. This will give us what? Every table column information will be there. Can you see this? Yeah. So the database name, okay, what is the schema, and the table, in the table how many columns are there, what is the position of the column. Do you remember this? So when we create a table, we'll be providing the order, right? I mean the column names. And I told you that when you add a new column, where exactly it will get added? At the right side of the table, correct?
Yes.
It's because of, see, the SQL server in the backend will be providing a ordinal position for that. Okay, you cannot change that at any point of time. Clear? That's why it will always get added at the end, guys, not before, not in between. Clear? This is one of the reasons. And you see, and whether it has a default constraint is there or not. If default constraint is there, what is the value in it, and whether it is a nullable or not, what is the data type of it. Okay. And if it is a what you can say, date time domain. Okay, these things are not required. There are so many columns which we basically do not require. Okay, so up to this it is fine. Okay, now let's say I want to know the product ID column is present in what and all the tables, right? I just want to bring that all those tables information. So what you can do, I need all the table names which contains product ID column.
Column name.
Where column name column underscore name equals to, no, you don't need to go for like, no, directly we can put the column name, no, product ID, correct, no? If I go and execute, see, these are the tables which contains the product ID column. Okay, now which means there are relationship between all these, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can join.
Correct. Yeah, we can perform a join. and instead of go and check this database and every table, what is the relationship, alt F1, we can simply do this and we can come to know, okay, these are the tables which are related with the product table. Right?
Yes.
That's how it will be. Clear?
Yeah.
So this will basically give us your database objects, detailed information actually. Yeah. Now there are a few more things which we need to know is, see, there are something called referential constraints, guys. What is meant by referential constraints?
Unit key.
Foreign key.
Foreign key.
Sorry, foreign key.
When you go and execute C, it's exactly giving the database name and what is the schema of it and how many foreign key constraints we do have. Can you see this? Yes. Okay. And also it is related to what? The primary key constraint. So if you do not have a database, basically your AdventureWorks, we cannot build the database diagram because they have restricted that, right? Correct, no? You cannot build the database diagram, guys, for the AdventureWorks because they have restricted. So why they have restricted? No? Because you may have go and change something in it, right? We can remove the columns in the database diagram level. So that's why they have restricted. Now, if I want to know the relationship between the tables, right? So every time what we have done earlier, we just went through with that alt F1 and then we, we come to know about the foreign key and primary key relationships, correct?
Yes.
So now this will be very easy enough to know. So
Yeah,
which
this
table has a, sorry?
This is simple actually.
Yes, yes. So which table has a foreign key and which table it is pointing to, which primary key it is pointing to. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. And your check, table constraints. So if I want to know what and all the constraints will be there in each and every table, this information schema will help us actually. Can you see this? All constraint, check constraint is there, primary key constraint is there, foreign key constraint is there, and even there are default constraints. I think that will also get represented. Okay, you can just go and check this. Okay, and it has been mentioned what is the type of the constraint. If you need to filtration, you can go for a where clause. Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and which table also it is giving, what is the schema, what is the database. Yes, and see, basically this view is giving only this database information, correct? If you need other database, change the database name and go and execute it. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you need only check constraint information, there is a separate view for it. Okay. And what else is important is here. Yeah. And if you need only views information, yes, you can go for this. It will give us all the views in our database. Okay. I think this will give us, yeah, the view definition as well. See, usually we will go for right click and this thing, right? Like what you can say, the script table as, but for this it has been restricted, correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So now here, right, this will give us definition as well. So the create view name and what is the data it contains, right? I mean the query it will give us. Okay, not for the system defined views, guys. It will be only for the, okay, it is giving for system defined views also. Let me just, no, not for all the system defined views actually. It is only for the user defined views. It is giving the view definition. See, for an example, we created some views, like CV underscore, yeah, CV underscore employee details. If I need the definition, so instead of going for review script and all, you can directly query this and copy paste. Okay. Understand?
Yes.
It is very simple na, to get the information from the database.
Yes.
So this is where it will help us, guys, all these system defined views. Clear? And there are some other also is there. Maybe if it is required, any particular situation comes, we will use it. But most probably this is more than enough for the developer actually. Yeah. Yeah. If you need, you can just make a note of this system defined views. Sometimes in interview they'll ask us to name few of the information schema views. You can just name this. Okay. Any questions? Yeah. See, on top of system defined, you cannot do anything, guys. Okay. No DMLs, nothing. These are the inbuilt functions, right? I mean views, right? So you should not do any modifications, and you cannot do it first of all. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Right now. Yeah. So if you need the definition, you can write like information schema views will help us. Information schema views will help us to know the information about tables, columns, comma views, and constraints, etc. And constraints, etc. Okay. Yeah, please take down these tables. Sorry, view names.
Like here you searched for one query window to find a check word, right?
What is that?
Search option.
Yes.
So like similar to Excel complete workbook, can we search it here?
Yes, same like Excel only. Do Control F and you can search. That's it. Okay.
For complete query, different query windows, if you want to search it.
Here, can you see there is a all open documents. Okay, current document or entire solution. Solution means all the sessions will get covered.
Okay,
that you can do.
Yeah.
And there is one more option called Control H. When you do that, we can replace something with anything.
Okay. So in replace in the sense like in the script in query.
Yes. Yeah, in the query level, let's say we have written some query. Okay. And there are some commas over there. I just need to or let's say there is a table name where we have used so many places in my joins. Okay. Somebody has renamed it and I want to replace that. Now all the 100 places I cannot replace at a time, right? So it's not possible. We have to do it manually usually, right?
Yeah.
So, but what you can do, you can put the old name here and you can put the new name and see there are two options. One is replace one time. Okay. So, and this is replace all. So wherever it finds the same keyword, it will get replaced everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, so this will help us to replace the script, script level changes basically in the query level basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let's say the schema name is different. Okay, and they have changed it. Now what you can do, just take this, and I want to keep it as a dbo. Just keep dbo and make like, this replace all. Can you see it has been changed?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, come again, sir, that.
See, in the script level, if you want to replace something at a time,
Okay.
okay, so you can just do Control H, and here this is the old string you need to provide, this is the new string you need to provide.
Okay.
And when you click on this, right, okay, when you click on this, it will change a row by row.
Okay.
When you click on this, all the rows will get replaced at a time.
It is only for our script now, sir, our window.
Yes, our script only, not database script.
Okay.
Yeah. Finished. Yeah. So that is all about the information schema views. Okay. Can you write down next? Catalog views. Catalog views. Okay. These catalog views, no, it will give us more in detailed information about the tables, columns, and referential constraints, or whatever it is. Okay. When I say more details, I'll show you that. Okay. So when you go to, let's say, yeah, can you see this? Sys dot all underscore objects. When I say all objects means what?
Table
So basically, when you say all, right, everything will be there, guys. Okay, all your constraints will be there, your views will be there, your procedures will be there. Okay, and what else? Yeah, view stored procedures, and tables information will be there, primary key, foreign keys, all the constraints, everything will be there actually. Okay, when you say object. And also here, can you see there is something called object ID? Hello?
Yes, sir.
There is something called object ID. This is a primary key, guys. I mean, this is distinct basically. Yeah, primary key. See, everything has been defined inside. You cannot, identify where exactly it will be. Yeah. Now this is a primary key for every object. They are giving one object ID. Yeah. And what is the object name? Whether it is a stored procedure or a table, the name will be over here. Yeah. And also there is a schema ID has been defined. What is meant by schema ID? So whether it is a DBO or person or human resources, right? So that is represented with the IDs. Okay. and some or other tables has this schema name. Oops. Okay, let me just find it out where that. There is something called S. Yeah, can you see sys.schemas? There is a primary foreign key relationship between these. What is the key column there? Here and there.
Schema ID.
The schema ID. Can you see this? There are these many schemas in the table. Correct? This Infosys has been created by us. Sorry, not Infosys. Did we created anything in this? Let's see. Okay, no. Can you see? Every schema has a schema ID, and they're giving a link between this. So basically, in the information schema views, we have very less information actually, right? And also individually, we do have in every view the table separately, columns and the constraints separately. Whereas here in one view, right, everything will be there, but there are some relationships. If you need what is the schema, what are the column names, all those stuff, right, you need to join and get it. Understand?
Yes, sir.
And also there is something called type, guys. Type means what type it is, what type of object it is, whether it is P means a stored position. Okay, and when you say T, that is a table, right? When you say when it is view, it will be V. Understand? When it is a primary key, PK. When it is a foreign key, it is FK. Like that, the type will be there. You can simply write a where class and you can filter it. Okay. Now here we do have only tables information, basically all the way what you can say object information. Now when you go to something called sys.tables, this is one of the catalog view. When you go and execute it, can you see this will contains, so the table type is U, not T. Okay, sorry. Now there is a object ID for every table, guys. Here can you see all the tables? Every table has a object ID, right? Now their schema ID has been defined with the using ID, the schema ID, and whether it is telling whether it is a user table or a system table, when it has been created, what is a modified date. Can you see there are so many other columns also here? Okay, so all these things will not help us actually. Okay, so as I said, these things will be a helpers for the administrator. Okay, now if I need columns information for this each and every table, right? If I need for columns information, it will be not present in this view. What you have to do is you need to join and get it actually. So let me show you. So sys dot something called columns here. And what is the key column between the above and below tables? The object ID. Can you see this? Object ID and object ID is there, correct? Yeah. And when you join it, when you join it, you'll get all the table names and their column names information. And if you want, I can simply join and I can show you. Let's say this is table. I'll just put T and I'll say inner join. And yes, on T dot object underscore ID equals to C dot CIS S dot object underscore ID. And that too, I need table name and column name, correct? Yeah. So now when you see here also column name is name, here also column name is name, right? Now what you can do, differentiate these two column names. T dot name, S dot name. Can I keep T dot name as table name? And yes. S dot column name is column name, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And you go and execute it. Can you see every table and their respective column names? Okay. Correct? Yeah. The same thing is present in information schema views also. Okay. But the only thing is here we do have, extra information and which is not required for us. Okay. This will help us for DBA. Understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. and sys dot columns. When you go to sys dot columns, and I can show you what and all the things will be there in the view. Okay, see, column ID is there, something user type ID, what is the maximum length, whether it is nullable or not, okay, whether it is identity or not, okay, whether it is a computed column or not, any aggregations function we have used or not, yeah, whether it is encrypted is or not, okay, what is the encrypted ID, yeah, when it is hidden or masked, yeah. So there are a lot of information is available over here compared to that. See, these many columns are not available over there, no, in the information schema views. So that's why I said these catalogs will always give us in detailed information of the objects. Okay. Yeah, and I'll tell you what and all the views will be important for us is, we can go with this. There are many, but we required only few. I'll just name it. Sister database something. How many databases are there? Okay. And there will be some ID for that, I think, for each database. Okay, database ID, and what are the databases we do have, and when it has been created, yeah, whether it is a single user or multiple users, all are multiple users only. Okay, and what else? Everything is online. We can make it offline, guys. Offline means it will visible, but it won't work in real time. It can be done, and yes, many things are there. That's fine, no issues. Okay, and what else? Credentials, data, it is not required. Okay, all views. I think this will give us even system defined views, I think. Let me just see. 79. Yes. So this will give us all the system defined views and user defined views, everything. Understand? The view definition is not there. Okay. And yeah, I think this is enough. Okay. If they'll ask us to name some catalog views, just name this. Okay, more than enough. Yeah, and I'll just give you one query which will be very help us in the real time. I'll show you that. Wait. This query will be very help actually. The real time point of view. So basically what will happen in the objects and all, right? Yeah. So this query which we have written just now. So if I want to know any column which is using in multiple tables, I want to know that information. Okay. So when you go and execute this query, right, by keeping the column names, so we'll get us the exact table name and column names where exactly it has been used. Okay, this query will help us. And there is another query I can give you.
For an example, can you see? So what this query will give us now? In any of the objects, right? Like there are something called store poses. We do have views, functions, and some synonyms and all. Okay. Now I want to know, I want to know in what and all the objects this product ID table has been used. I want to know all the objects. Okay. So in such a case, this query will help us, guys. Understand? See what will happen. Let's say you renamed a table name. So when you're renaming, what exactly caution message it will give us? Hello?
It will break the script.
break
Yes,
scripts
it
and
will tell
store
us the scripts will break, right?
Yeah.
Now assume that this table name has been changed. Somebody has changed, right?
Okay.
And also, superior said that, team lead said that, yes, this table going forward, this is the table name we need to use. Can you please go and change wherever it has been used? So in such a case, right, you cannot go to each and every view and verify that whether the table is existing in that view or not, correct? Because there are a lot of views, lot of store poses, lot of user defined functions. It is not as simple as that, right?
Yeah.
So in such a case, if I go and run this query, I'll be getting all the the objects where exactly this product table has been used. Correct. So that it's very simple, na?
Yes.
At least we can distribute among our team. So these many, there are 39 objects are there. You can take 5. Okay, at least we can finish within half an hour. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So this query is basically what? The query to find out all the objects which are using a particular table name. That's what I have searched for. How to identify all the store poses referring a particular table. So not only store poser, it will also give us all the table space, all the objects. Okay. For that I'm using SQL modules. Modules means your views, store poses, user defined function, everything will come. Okay. And they're doing a join here because why they're doing a join. They have to search the objects, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
The objects will be present over there. Okay. And the table names, everything I'm just searching in the SQL modules. Okay. So they're saying there is a column name called definition, and the table definition is table name. So when you go and run this, you can see object ID is there, and what is the definition is there. See, this is what it searched, right? In the definition level, this product ID can be somewhere, correct?
Yeah.
And it has been searching that. Are you clear? In this whole definition, I mean, in the whole create statement, a view create statement, if at all we are using product ID column anywhere, your like keyword will bring us, correct?
Yeah.
That is what it is doing. And if you want to know what is the exact object name, that's where they're joining the object with the object ID, and from the object table they are taking the name. Understand, guys?
Yeah.
This query will help us in real time, like anything, guys. Very, 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 very important. Even sometimes definitely we'll forget to write it. Okay. And we won't remember. That's why most probably I used to copy this query in my notepad, and whenever I use, I'll reuse it. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, please. Could you please make a note of all this? Are you getting it, guys? What I'm trying to say? Hello.
There is any defined definition for catalog view?
Defined definition. Maybe you can make like this. So if you need in detailed information of any object, we can go for the catalog views.
The missing data in the information catalog will be covered in catalog.
Yes. So here only, I can say this is summary level information, overview. Okay. But whereas this, we will be getting very in detailed information. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write down that. I can also say that, these information schema views will be 50% of your, 50 or 40% of your catalog views, correct? Yeah, write down. Catalog views will contain in detailed information of the objects. Can I perform a join on a view to view?
To view.
Yes, sir.
Not sure.
No, sir.
Not sure.
No, sir. No.
No.
No, na.
Sir, here only we did.
Here
Yes, sir,
only
we
we
can.
did. No.
We did not,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah.
ఇంకేం నేర్చుకుంటున్నారు మీరు ఈడ? The
Oh,
system defined views, we are performing a join, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we can perform on your view also, right? Your user defined views. The only thing what we require, the key column, right?
Yeah. We
Okay, we can perform. There is no problem in it. Just as question twist cheste అయిపోయింది. Okay, can we perform join between a view and a table?
Sir, we can.
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, we can.
We can. Can we perform a join between a view and a temporary table?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
We can perform. See, if the object is physically exist, forget about the scope. Okay. If the object is physically exist, okay, definitely we can perform join to any object. There is no restriction, and the only prerequisite for us is the key column. That's it. Okay. View ki join cheyochu, view table join cheyochu, table join cheyochu, view with temporary table is fine. Okay, anything is fine, guys, no issues. Okay, so it's just a virtual table, it won't store data, that's it. But whatever we can do on top of physical table, everything can be done. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
మీరు కింద నోట్లో రాసుకోండి. Okay, we can perform joins on top of views or view to view or views, I can say. In the Zoom sessions, you can just query these views and just see what and all the information we do have once again. Okay, and also what you can do, I told you to return all the syntaxes in your chart or a note in a separate paper, right? Have you done that?
Yes.
In progress, actually.
In progress.
Like daily it is adding day by day, right? So
yes, but until whatever we completed, it has been finished.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so please finish off everything. Also, what you can do, you can just make a note of all these names. Okay, the system information schema views, and then the catalog and dynamic management, whatever I said, the important things, you just make a note of it. So what will happen whenever you will be having an interview, right? So any telephonic or Skype interview, okay, so whenever they'll ask us to name something, your chart will be in front of you, right? Obviously you can name it. If you may not, if you don't remember that point of time, at least everything is there in front of you, right? So you cannot go and search your book, right? Yeah. So whenever I used to do the interviews, no, people used to always run the pages and we'll get that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make it handy, everything.
Okay.
And even when you listen the telephonic interview, I think the naming convention is, I think it's not proper. What you can do, at least maybe everyone can do, or somebody, what you can do, just rename the telephonic. Okay, if it is a SQL related stuff, just make a, SQL interview. If it is IS, just make it as IS. If it is all right, you can just say SQL underscore SSI underscore SSRS interview. If it is a simple interview, make it as simple. Complex means complex. Medium means medium. Just you can rename it, okay, so that it will be very easy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And if at all it's a okay, don't mention the company name. Okay. So if you mention the company name, the problem with the people is whenever they are going for Mindtree, they will listen only Mindtree interview.
Yes.
That is wrong. Okay. See, you cannot expect the same questions. The person will be different, the requirement will be different, JD will be different, everything will be different. Okay. Yeah. These views will be always, like your string functions, it will be very much interesting actually. Because we are framing everything, whatever we learn now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. More than 10-20 questions will be there, guys, on top of a view. చూడడానికి చిన్నగా ఉన్న క్వశ్చన్స్ చాలా ఉంటాయి. Can you please mute?
సార్ మీరు ఇప్పుడు సిస్టమ్ వ్యూస్ లో ఏ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయో చెప్పారు, అలాగే యూజర్ డిఫైన్ వ్యూస్ లో ఏ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయంటే ఎలా చూడాలి? ఆల్ టెస్ట్ వన్ యూజ్ చేయాలి సార్.
ఇవన్నీ సిస్టమ్ డిఫైన్డ్ కాదు, యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూస్ లోనే.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు ప్రతి సిస్టమ్ డిఫైన్ వ్యూస్ లోనే చెప్పారు కదా.
ఇక్కడ why we are using, see, the purpose of system defined views will be to know in which and all user defined object contains this product ID column. User defined objects కనుక్కునే దానికి సిస్టమ్ డిఫైన్డ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ వ్యూస్ యూస్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట.
yes sir, but నా క్వశ్చన్ ఏమంటే ఇప్పుడు సిస్ డాట్ టేబుల్స్ తీసుకున్నారు కదా, సో ఆ సిస్టమ్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూస్ లో ఏ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయో రాశారు. సో నేను ఇప్పుడు యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూస్ లో ఏ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఎలా తెలుసుకోగలను?
యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూస్ లో
ఏ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయి? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ డాట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇన్నర్ జాయిన్ యూస్ చేసి 2 టేబుల్స్ తీసుకున్నాం కదా, సో ఆ వ్యూస్ లో ఏ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయని నేను రిజల్ట్ సెట్ లో ఎలా చూడగలను?
ఇది చూపిస్తుంది కదా మనకి, ఇక్కడ చూడండి. ఇది యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూ, అవునా? ఇది ఈ క్వెరీనే యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూస్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చూపిస్తుంది మనకి సిస్టమ్ డిఫైన్డ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ దేంట్లోనో చూపిది అనమాట. ఎందుకంటే దోస్ ఆర్ ఎన్క్రిప్టెడ్. యూజింగ్ దట్ సిస్టమ్ డిఫైన్డ్ వ్యూస్ we can get user defined information.
ఇక్కడ మీరు టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇచ్చారు కదా, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈ టేబుల్ నేమ్ నేను వ్యూ టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలా లేదా మెయిన్ టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలా?
మెయిన్ టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలి, వ్యూ టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వకూడదు. మనకు తెలియదు కదా. See, basically in what and all the views we have used that table name, we don't know.
Yes,
if you don't know, how can you provide a view name there, right? So you have to provide the product the table name in the table name and where exactly it will be used and what and all the objects you have used. When you provide that product ID column, right? See, what exactly it will do is when you query this SQL modules, what is happening? One second. See, in the where class, what I have written, where sm dot definition like product, avana, Now what it will do is, it will go to this definition. What is the definition we have? Your whatever query you use to create the complex view. I think this is a complex view. Okay. Yeah, in the whole query, it will find out whether the product ID column is there. Sorry, table name is there or not. That keyword it will try to find out. Can you see when I'm going and copying pasting it, the complete query? This is a complete query. No, let me just copy it again. I'm just copying this definition and pasting it over here. Right now, do Control F and search for product ID column. Sorry, the table. And yeah, okay, there is something called product info table. Table a column ID. Okay.
Product and column name, table name.
Table name, because when you see here, okay, it's not about column or table. Wherever it finds a product keyword, it can be column, it can be table. Okay, it will bring that.
Sometimes we'll give alias name also, like
yes, that will also come. That will also come. So what you can do once you join this this thing, right? Okay, so we got all the information. 1 second, we got all this 39, and when we distribute this to among our team, 5 views తీసుకుంటాం కదా ఒక్కొక్కరు. So now in such a case, you open this view and see whether really that product table is there or not. Okay, if it is an alias column, we should not change it. Correct. If it is a table, then we need to rename it. If it is a column, we should not change. Even views, not only view, it contains views and stored procedures and then user defined functions. View, how to identify view names means, can you see the name starts with V or SV or CV? Okay. And the user defined functions are started with UEFN. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
These are user defined functions. Okay. And apart from that, whatever other things are there, those are what you can say, stored procedures. Can you see? Yeah, USP, user defined stored procedures. These are all. It will give us all the information, because we are requesting from all the objects, right? Okay, so if you need only views to find out, right, go for views here. This dot views, it will give us only views information. Can you join and see? Can you see?
Yes, but these all will happen to this AdventureWorks database only.
Yes, because we are searching in this only, right? If I go and do something in 19th batch, can you see this? We do not have anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, likewise. Okay, so if you need all the objects, you go and join objects here. If you need specifically stored procedures or views or anything, you can, there is a specific system defined view is there. You can just join with the object ID and get it. Clear?
Yes,
yeah. See, the keyword whatever I am searching, right? It can be a column name, it can be alias column name, and it can be a word, keyword, or a table name. So in the definition level, wherever it finds this product, and it can be anything. Okay, if it is matches, right, if it is containing the product keyword, it will give us that object name, guys. Do remember that. After that, what you need to do, you need to open that view and you have to check whether we have really do that product table name is there or not. Extra thing you need to do. Understand?
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Because what like keyword will do when you put percentages,
so it will filter whatever the
among the paragraph or the definition, wherever product is there, the key and the name, and it will bring us. So there, see, now we got one view, right, where we have product info. Here product is there now.
Yeah.
So it is matching, right?
Correct.
So it will bring that information for us. Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's say when I put product percentage or percentage product, what it means?
So only
before anything, and
before
at the end it has to end with a product. Let's see what will happen. Earlier 39 rows came. Now, yeah, I think nothing is there.
0 rows. Okay.
So let me put in a reverse way, product and percentage. Now what will happen?
Whatever the
You
name
get, anything after product will come.
Yes, let's see. Nothing is there.
Change that
I
to
think,
object.
yeah,
System
I think,
object.
okay, we need to go for object, because maybe it might not there in the views. So let's check in the objects. We might get something. Let's go with this percentage product. No, I think there is. 1 second. One second now.
Then we have second product. It's ending with product, right?
Let me just check the SQL module. SV underscore product definition. Yeah, here we have a product, right? Let me check what is there in this. Okay, there is a product keyword, right? So it's in between, but this is present, no?
Yeah.
It's not giving. When you give product percentage, it has to come, right?
Yeah.
It's not coming. Product percentage. Okay.
Sir, the product name is column name, right, sir?
It's not about the column, it's a keyword basically. Product. At least when you put percentage product, this has to come. Why it's not giving? SM definition like product. Something strange actually. Okay, I'll just check it out why it's not coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you got the idea, right? Like how to
Yes.
find out objects which are using that table name or column name or a keyword. Yeah. So this will help us in many cases, guys, for us. So have you written all the queries?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And even note?
Yeah, note we have.
Okay, fine. I think that 9 is okay. 9:30. Yeah. Sure.
9:25.
Okay, fine. So there are dynamic management views. Okay, so yeah, I'll give you few names tomorrow. Okay, so then we'll start a new topic tomorrow. So we'll start as synonyms. It will be something like some half an hour topic. Okay, Then after we'll immediately shift to the next topic called triggers. It's very, very, very important, and it will be very much interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just practice this and let me know if you need something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then bye bye. Good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.